CNN has learned that relatives of Elian Gonzalez will be protesting against Senator Barack Obama today in Miami. Earlier, we spoke to one of the organizers, a Republican state lawmaker, who says the Obama campaign has two key advisors, Greg Craig and Eric Holder, who helped return Elian Gonzalez to Cuba after that heated custody battle back in 2000. Joining me now from Chicago is Barack Obama's communications director, Robert Gibbs. Robert, good to see you this morning. Let me play a little bit of what
nice to be here.
Let me play a little bit of what State Representative David Rivera said to us today when I asked him what the relevant this case was in 2008 now.
There's a lot of debate whether Eric Holder and Janet Reno were doing their job or doing Fidel Castro's job, and I think that's a relevant debate in 2008. There's also a lot of discussion about Greg Craig not only representing the Cuban government, because that's who was paying him in 2000. It wasn't the father of Elian. He was doing that on behalf of Fidel Castro, and his ties to a lot of other dictators in the hemisphere as well. I mean, Greg Craig just hasn't represented Fidel Castro, but he's represented thugs across the world.
So Greg Craig at the time represented Elian Gonzalez's father. Eric Holder was the Deputy Attorney General in the Clinton administration. What do you say about all this today?
Well, look, I think these are obviously important issues, but I certainly hope that the discussion that we can have about this doesn't include the type of, I think, overheated rhetoric that you just heard on that tape. Obviously, these are important issues and very personal issues, but, boy, I sure hope that we can have a political discussion in our country that doesn't sound a lot like what you just heard on your show.
Right. Obviously, Miami is a very important area in this upcoming election. The state of Florida, a huge swing state. Some recent polls show that Senator Obama has an edge over John McCain there. I'm interested, though, while he never took a public position on this in 2000, what does he think, Robert, about the way that this was handled concerning Elian Gonzalez?
You know, John, it's not a subject that I've talked to him about, and I certainly will try to do so today. But again, I think what you just heard, we have to tone this thing down a little bit. I think the way that some people are being characterized here is really, really unfortunate.